Hello and welcome to my kitchen. It's Wednesday at 11 a.m. and I can't fool you. You guys know where I am. This is pre-recorded, but I wanted to leave you a wonderful, healthy recipe this week for you to go back and look at. More important than ever is to comment and let me know what you think about this recipe because I don't see your live comments or messages. So I hope you enjoy it. You guys know where I am because I just showed you, but I wanted to show you one of our family's favorite ways to use spaghetti squash, and that is using the leanest kind of protein we have with our 5-in-1 plan, and that is shrimp. So stay tuned. Even if you don't like shrimp, we're gonna finish this off with a summertime favorite that's gonna make you rethink potato salad. So we're gonna start with spaghetti squash, of course, and I've already cooked the spaghetti squash in the oven. It's got a great roasted flavor smell already, just a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and left it in the oven upside down for about 20-25 minutes. Tender, and you're able to just scoop it right out. I have to preface, you guys see I have an injury. It's like just out there being a huge distraction. It is not from cutting up this squash. As some of you might have discovered, that cutting spaghetti squash is quite difficult. And if that is why you are choosing not to give spaghetti squash a try, then I encourage you, look in your freezer section. It's just been promoted that they have, I think it's Green Giant brand, is now freezing spaghetti squash and having it ready to eat out of the bag in the microwave. So again, I haven't tried it out for myself or checked it for quality, but just like the cauliflower rice that I use and a few other things, that's a great way to make sure it is convenient enough to get those veggies in that you need. So we're gonna start off in our skillet. We are simply going to take, I have to think for a second, we're gonna take a little bit of olive oil, and get our garlic roasting up in that olive oil. We want it to stay just a little bit toasty brown and get the olive oil to kind of cover the pan. And then we're going to start with our shrimp. Now shrimp, let me speak to you for a minute about lean and green. Okay, eliminate the green. You know what that means. That's the veggie. We'll get to it. We're gonna add the spaghetti squash, right? The lean portion of your meal, when I refer to a lean and green meal, that means protein and vegetable, okay? And it's well balanced and the right portion of healthy fat and condiments all accounted for, okay? So when we talk about lean, we're gonna actually use shrimp today, which is the leanest form. It's in the leanest category, which means we're gonna be able to use more ounces of this protein than say we would a less lean protein like a ribeye or even a sirloin or red meat, okay? And so, or even salmon. Salmon is actually a really great protein, but it also is high in healthy fats, okay? So no additional healthy fats are needed. This protein, however, is amazing. Now I brought my scale up because I wanted you to know it's really important to weigh your food and to understand why that's so important while we're in a weight loss plan, okay? And I would venture to say, even if you're not on this journey to actually lose weight, go ahead and take a minute to learn and understand the right portions. Because if you don't have a problem with portions now, you might in the future. So think about that. But I want to talk to you about something good about portions. And that is that this leanest protein is amazing. We get 7 ounces of leanest protein cooked. Okay, sounds awesome, right? But uncooked weighs heavier. So what you get uncooked with shrimp is 11. Isn't that amazing? I've made reference one other time that with my plan, we give you all the tips and tricks and all the tools you need to be able to figure out those type of conversions. Tonight, you're only gonna be using 8 ounces, okay? Not the 11 that I just mentioned, only 8 ounces of raw shrimp because we're adding another protein to this dish, and this is this amazing turkey bacon, okay? Great way to get some added flavor and decadence to your meal, okay? Would regular bacon be the worst thing on the planet? In moderation, no. But why bother when you can get the same salty, additional added flavor from this? I do the low sodium turkey bacon, but it's still an added protein. So that's how we're getting those extra ounces of protein. In case you are 5-in-1 and you look at my recipe and you think, 8 ounces of shrimp, that's not enough for what I need. And also you should know, right now this is serving 1, but I'm actually making more of this tonight for my family. So don't look at the visual portions, you'll want to follow the recipe. I'm gonna go ahead and take a minute and take this off the oven off the stove so I don't burn it. And we're gonna place these shrimp into the pan and they're gonna cook super quick. This is a really, really quick dish. Now I did the medium shrimp, peeled and deveined. This is just right at the portion for 2 servings. Guys, this is a super indulgent meal. And I'm telling you, if you're on a weight loss plan, that really matters. It matters, portion size matters, because you wanna feel like you're getting full and like you're getting to eat enough. Even though smaller portions, sometimes it's just our mental mindset that makes us think we're not getting enough food. But this is not one of those meals. You are going to feel like you are eating plenty with this meal. Of course, I've taken it off the heat, which I wouldn't recommend. You're gonna wanna keep it at your, on your cooktop. We're gonna go return that back to the oven, to the cooktop, and let those get toasty. And then we're gonna add in another thing that's gonna blow your mind. We're gonna add a healthy fat, because again, with this leanest protein, we're gonna add 2 healthy fats. So I know sometimes you folks out there that know your business, you're like, how is she cooking with avocado and using butter and regular dressing and those sorts of things? Guys, it's not eliminated. It doesn't mean it's horrible. It means we have to be able to use it in moderation and the right amount, and only if we need it. It just so happens that your protein actually dictates whether or not you need a healthy fat included. With the leanest protein, like shrimp, we need 2 extra healthy fats. The first portion was the olive oil. The second portion is gonna be a little bit of light butter. That's right, real butter. We're gonna add real butter. It's gonna make a beautiful flavor with our shrimp dish, okay? So we're gonna actually let the shrimp, you can see they're already cooking up really nicely. I'm gonna let them sear just a little bit more. I want those crunchy edges, and then I'm gonna stir them up and flip them over 1 time. It's gonna be a super quick and easy weeknight meal, guys, especially summertime. Doesn't seafood and shrimp just make you think summer? It does me. So this is a great way to make those summer night meals a little bit healthier for the family. So let me give this a quick stir. Again, all I put in the bottom of this is just some shrimp and a little olive oil, okay? I'm gonna let those continue to brown. On the edges, I like them kind of toasty. You could roast these in the oven if you like to do it that way. That works as well. I don't mind the skillet. Again, a 1 dish kind of meal. We're gonna throw those shrimp on this platter and then cook the spaghetti squash separate and then add them back together. It's gonna be delicious. Again, you can see that garlic is toasty, the edges. My shrimp is probably cooked all the way through. I have a few that look like they need a little bit more love, and I'm gonna toss those around. Turning that up just a little bit to sear that last little part, and then we're gonna add the spaghetti squash. On this turkey bacon, I believe the portion size was just 2 slices. I did 4 slices since I want 2 servings tonight. And so this is also a great night for us to be cooking shrimp. My son just left for camp. He's gone for the week. So this is a dish that pretty much the spaghetti squash can't be hidden. So it's a great night for us to have spaghetti squash. He's not a big fan. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shrimp that's completely cooked now, and I'm just gonna set it to the side. I'm gonna add it back into the dish, but we're gonna... Okay, so here is the spaghetti squash in the pan. We wanna lightly lift it and move it around so a little bit of the butter gets all over it. Cover it with our bacon, and we're gonna let this cook together just for a couple minutes. Again, much like zucchini, you don't want to overwork it. So I'm not going to touch it too much. I'm going to let the butter melt together, give it a quick fold over, and then add our shrimp back into it. Okay, it's going to be delicious. You're going to love it. And a little bit extra, let's see. It's going to be half a condiment, but 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese is going to count as a condiment in this dish. So again, all these wonderful favorites, and it's still on plan and a healthy meal. Okay, if you can see this, the bacon is kind of mixed all throughout the spaghetti squash. We're gonna quickly add back in our shrimp. And I'm gonna give it a quick toss on the cooktop. And that is it, guys. This dish is ready to go to the table. We're gonna pour it up. This would be a great meal to have as a wonderful, healthy dish, an accompaniment with any other type of entree dish that you could serve mixed with company. This is a great way to offer something healthy, but still really decadent. We're gonna top it with our Parmesan cheese. Again, 2 servings, so 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. I would, of course, top this with a little red pepper flake and some parsley to finish it off. But guys, this is 2 servings. Enjoy. This is going to be an amazing dinner. So that being said, I'm gonna run really quick through our next dish so that we can get on to our dinner. And that's gonna be something amazing I found, and I thought, I've got to go to the people. I've got to show them this because it's such a great hack. I love potato salad. It just has all the flavors and textures of summer, and is the first thing we think of when we think about grilling out with hot dogs or hamburgers. We think, oh, well, somebody should bring the potato salad. So here's a different way to bring the potato salad and not bring all the guilt or the extra starchy vegetables that we need to kind of stay away from while on plan. So we're gonna start with just some simple, I just used a bag of fresh cauliflower and did a quick steam on it. I do recommend fresh for this. Let's don't do the freezer variety. I think we're gonna get too much moisture in there. This way we steamed it. I let it set for a minute so we would drain it out and get all the moisture out. We're gonna add a little light mayo. Again, this is the beauty about 5-in-1 Plan, guys. It's so close to real life because guess what? It is real life. It is just training yourself to know what does health look like on the other side. So this Lean and Green meal is a learning tool to know, well, how do I need to eat after I lose my weight? So we're adding a little light mayo. That can be, I wouldn't do the light Miracle Whip, a little extra sugar there. I would stay with real mayonnaise. This is Dijon mustard, and we're gonna toss this around. Quick toss. This would be really good to make up a little ahead of time and then stick it back in the fridge so it's nice and cold. We're gonna try it tonight warm, but I'll let you know. And then I would recommend you keep it in the fridge. We're gonna add a little salt, pepper, and onion powder to this. You could mix this up with some different seasonings if you wanted to. Just keep in mind, if you're 5 in 1, keep those portions on track. Now here's the deal. Celery is the other ingredient that's listed on the recipe, but you know, I have that pilot home today and he does not come close to celery. So in order for him to eat this, I've got to leave that out. And that's a pretty small thing to do. Now that is part of our veggie. I believe it's a whole serving of the greens. So we want to be sure and add, if you're on 5 in 1 and you did cut out any portion of that, then you want to add extra cauliflower probably. I've added the equivalent of 2 or 3 pickle spears and just chop that up. I actually had hamburger pickles, so that's what I put on it. We're gonna dish this up nice and sprinkle it with a little bit of parsley and paprika, and it's going to be a showstopper, guys. You will have guests scrape their plate from this, and they'll be so glad that you taught them something new to add to their healthy recipe list. So no excuses this week. I got a hike in. I got some great travel with my husband done and brought you a recipe to try. Let me know if you've cooked some of our recent recipes. I hope you have. And as always, if you think, gosh, I love this recipe, I would love to know more. My name is Julie Brinkley, also known as Motivation with Brink on Instagram or Facebook. You can find me. Send me a friend request. I would love to talk to you about a 5 in 1 plan. Also, if not, just come back to this page, Beneath the Surface News, every Wednesday at 11 a.m. I've been bringing you healthy recipes. Now, if you want to look back at some of the old ones, they're archived in the videos that are on this Facebook page, or you can go to beneaththesurfacenews.com, and on the 3rd page over, she has a wonderful blog called The Crumb, and there is where she archives the recipes, not just mine, but other recipes from amazing cooks around town. So again, thanks for joining in. Thanks for letting me have the day off and letting me know what you think about this recipe. And until then, be nice, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Okay, guys, still be nice, but one more edit to this crazy video. I obviously do much better when you guys are with me, like live, because the pre-recorded is difficult, but I could not let this go. Guys, this cauliflower potato salad, I forgot the most important thing. You get 2 boiled eggs to go into this. The reason that's so important is if you are on 5 in 1, these boiled eggs are actually 1/3 of your protein, okay? So this is a great way, when you add this dish with your protein, you cut your protein back a little bit, but you've got some added protein in here. So also gives you that warm and fuzzy potato salad feeling that you probably were thinking, that doesn't look like potato salad, Julie, at all. Now it does. We'll dish this